Hello everyone, my name is Crimson and welcome back to another Minecraft video. So this one's going to be a little bit different. This is basically my forever world. My Minecraft LOL world. And I've been working on this world for like 12 years now. Ever since, maybe even longer? Since I was like, I want to say 19 at the oldest, but probably a little bit before then. My personal timeline is all a little bit screwy with that, but I know that I've been using this world for such a long time that my kids remember playing on this world when they were just itty-bitties, and now that they're adults, it's really weird, because they're like, I remember playing that when I was small, and I'm like, I'm old now. I am so old now. But, that's fine. I can be old. We all get older eventually, right? But I want to try and come back and do some things from Minecraft, and I also want to try and do some more editing stuff. So here I am, making some recordings and editing a video and seeing if I can just make something. And we'll see where it goes. Now, as you've probably seen from the title of this video, I have survived and played this world for 500 days. 500 days is a lot of time. That's well over 100 hours dedicated to this one world alone. And that's actually really cool. Now, of course, you've also probably seen this world multiple times in various attempts for me to expand upon it or make it updated. And that just... I've tried that multiple times, and it still just doesn't work for me. So this is actually going to start in version 1.2.3 and then end in version 1.2.5. The reason for that is I know for a fact that I had switched between these two versions when I was playing this when I was younger. I just don't remember which one I settled on, but given the fact that birch wood planks are my favorite wood planks, I mean next to maybe the Sakura ones, and the fact that I used sandstone in my now lost monument world, I had different sandstone blocks in there, so I must have played a vast majority of this on 1.2.5, and I just couldn't remember what version. Because I know some mods I had were 1.2.3, so I would freely switch between them, but I must have settled on 1.2.5. I will also have more modern worlds that I'll play on eventually as well, because I do like playing with the modern stuff. It's just not my preference. I prefer playing in the, I guess you would say it's the Silver Age or Diamond Age of Minecraft. I really get stuck in on the 1.2 versions. That's where I feel my home is mentally for Minecraft, and that's perfectly fine. Technically, it's not the golden age, but most people will consider up to 1.2.5 to be golden age. Something about when the villagers became useful changed the fundamentals of the game too much and changed the meta. Now, granted, there's that, conflict of 1.7 versus 1.8, which I totally respect and get. I'm just going to be calling this Golden Age mostly because I don't think people are going to be typing in Silver Age or Diamond Age to see older Minecraft. But I will acknowledge that this is Silver or Diamond Age, depending on what you want to call it. And this is my personal favorite version of Minecraft, 1.2.5. Now entering super fast build mode.
When I was a young boy, I'd follow the path down past the dunes to the sea. There on the warm sandy beaches we'd lie, the furry old lobsters and me. They'd whistle and squeal as they ran through the waves, so sleek, so furry and fair. But now when I go down to see my old friends, the beaches are empty and bare. Sing hey Heidi ho, where'd the old lobster go, and his body's so furry and brown. Sing ho Heidi hey, have they all gone away, for we haven't seen many around. New York sends a monster to darken our seas, cursed be the day that it came. They are ugly and small and not tasty at all, they are lobsters and nothing but name. They don't smash open clams on their bellies with stones, they have neither whiskers nor paws, and the furry old lobster so easily crushed in the grip of their terrible claws. Sing hey Heidi ho, where'd the old lobster go, and his body's so furry and brown. Sing ho Heidi hey, have they all gone away, for we haven't seen many around. No, we haven't seen many around. No, we haven't seen many around.
And here we are again. So you're going to see some major jumps in this one. I am trying to do more editing. As I mentioned before, I'm trying to get like over 4 hours of gameplay footage and boil it down. This doesn't actually cover like the whole time period I was playing in. I actually started playing this world again last week, and it was at about 387 days, and now we're at over 500 days. A lot of that time was spent doing AFK farming, either letting my wheat farms grow or using the mob spawner that I created. Basically, this is an older version. It has some interesting quirks to it. One thing that you will notice is that when you use enchantments to like upgrade your items and stuff, there is no cost for lapis lazuli. At this point in time, lapis was only a decorative block. There was no functional purpose for it. And so when you use the enchantment tables, whatever levels it says you need to do something, it also takes that many levels away. So if you have 30 levels and get a level 30 enchantment, then it will cost all 30 levels to make it, which means you will spend infinitely more time grinding for levels and experience points. At the same time, it also makes those items you get a little bit more valuable and makes you want to use lower leveled enchantments because it's faster to get them more often. So there's some trade-offs for sure. I think I do prefer the more modern version of how levels and chanting works. It's just a lot more fluid and flexible. But I also can't deny that there's something that makes these old, very rough versions of it more rewarding. And if you haven't noticed by now, I am building a few different projects in this video. I'll be working on my modern city area. I will be working on these, like, sort of cozy, rustic farm things. Just a couple of areas. You've seen me work on my expansive tunnel system, which will go throughout, like, my entire base area at some point. It already goes through most of my base already. But you'll see more of that in a little bit, for sure. And one of the things that I want to do for this is I really want to build scenery that goes across my railroad system. I have probably explained this a million times on camera, but when I had been playing this when I was younger, because I started this actually in alpha, I think it was in re-indev, so maybe it was early beta, and just slowly advanced through different updates using a cracked version of Minecraft because I was a kid and, we didn't have money for it. My mom didn't have a card. That was back when she still got physical checks in the mail, so yeah, there's no way I was going to be able to actually buy this, even if I wanted to, and I guess I did want to, but I have since bought Minecraft like 10 times, so I think I've paid my dues by now. But when I had gone through it, because of the way that this map was made, not only did it create a lot of really interesting, like, geometry that you'll see as I play more of this, it also meant that there was no villages when I first started, because it was before villages existed. So my hunt for a village, I had found 2 of them. One of them might just be gone to time, and then the other one I found was like 2,000 blocks away from spawn. Like, it is such a far away from spawn. And I eventually made a rail cart system that goes all the way to it, but it takes like 5 minutes to go through the rail cart, and there's like nothing between my main base and that little village. And since there are some buildings around that little village, I would like to actually expand towards it. So what I've been trying to do is build little things to look at on your way there. Ideas for that include stuff like pixel art and castles and bridges and anything that would really be something to look at while you're going through it, so that I don't just like go brain dead and go make a sandwich or something, because I have literally gone and made sandwiches and then come back and still been on that minecart. It's a very long process, to be honest. There's a lot of things that I would like to do in Minecraft. And I know that, like, upon seeing the stuff going on with hermits and behind the scenes of how Hermitcraft works, there is no way in heaven that I would ever be, having the dream job of getting stuck in with the Hermitcraft crew. That's just not going to happen. I am probably way too much of a liability for most anyone except for maybe Kelphone's group in the Golden Age beta, back to beta group, but even then I don't play like hardcore Betacraft that much. I've spent a good 100 days in it, but it is not something that I would exactly want to spend the rest of my Minecraft career in. I want to have my sheep farms. That's about it. Let me have my sheep farms so I can farm enough pink wool to make the girliest houses in the whole entire world. That's all I ask. Now, I am also trying to date my builds. Get some chocolate, some roses, take them out somewhere nice. No, I meant I'm actually trying to put dates for when they're done. And I kind of want to hide these dates throughout the builds themselves so that it'll be like a little Easter egg hunt when you're trying to find them. I haven't done it for the little rustic tower farm here, but you'll see it in other places later on. Now, one of the things with this is, even though I did move up to 1.2.5 so I could have my different planks and my sandstone, you'll note that there is actually no different colored stairs, no different colored fences, no different colored doors. There are iron doors and there are wooden doors, and that's it. There's also a similar thing for, like, there's no iron trapdoors as far as I'm aware. There's only wooden trapdoors. Iron trapdoors came in like 1.4 maybe? It took a while to get to there. It's kind of weird to think about, like, how long we've been playing the same versions. Like, they didn't even have horses until I think 1.3, which is 1.3 might not be the adventure update. I'm not sure what 1.3 is. It's the village update for sure, but there's a lot of little things they added in that version. Now, I really like making these farms. I don't know what it is about making wheat farms, but I just like making a lot of them. I don't like the old wheat texture as much. I might, since I already have a custom texture pack just so I could have the Fluttershy skin, I might eventually go in and change that so that I can just have some wheat I'd like to look at. I might grab it from Dusty Craft pack, because I'm pretty sure I can still find that. I don't think I can find the Good Morning Minecraft texture pack anymore. I think that might just be gone. But I'll have to go and look, and then if I can steal the wheat from one of those extra other texture packs, that'd be nice. I don't want to get too far away from vanilla look, though. There's only a couple of small things, mostly paintings, that I would like to change, but everything else I'd like to keep. Though I gotta admit, I think it's really nice and kind of crazy that we now finally have different animal skins when texture packs have been doing that for years. It's actually really cool, in my opinion, because it makes finding animals so much more fun. Building these farms takes a long time. It really does. Mostly just from getting the wheat seeds, but there's also all this little work that goes into it. But you'll see here in the super fast build mode. And so that's one of the main things that I got done there is just that little farm. You'll see me move on to another thing here in a minute, but I wanted to show off my impressive tunnel system a little bit because this took forever to make, and I'm still quite proud of the tunnel. Though I think they lied to me about the chances of diamonds. I dug this entire thing out at this level. Not a single diamond was found. I went far, and I didn't find a single diamond. Like 200 blocks far, not a single diamond. So I think maybe in this version diamonds actually spawn a little bit lower than they suggested. Granted, I'm glad I did this one because it worked out kind of perfectly by mistake for some of the lava pools that you see on the side. These tunnels take a long time to make, as Grian has said in some of his videos, and I'm not done with this. I will, go in and spruce it up and make it pretty later on, but for now, I'm proud of what it is. And one of the other reasons I make these tunnels is because of the sheer amount of cobblestone you need. Whether you are smelting stone or using the cobble as itself, you need so much stone in Minecraft. This is before there was other, stone or rock types. So there's no diorite or andesite, it's just cobblestone. Which is fine by me, I can build a bajillion castles with it. I will eventually build at least one proper castle with it. I kind of miss having my old console versions because I have built a couple of absolutely amazingly big castles using console, but it's been so long since I've actually, done that I don't know how difficult it would be now. I'm sure I could do it. I'm working on my city mega build right now, so why not? Working on the city has been pretty fun because I've always wanted to do a modern city. See, I jump cut to the modern city here. But it does take a lot of resources, and the resource I am finding that is actually the hardest to obtain is not even the red brick, which will be used quite extensively. It's actually the wool. I don't know if I'm just doing it wrong, but, even though I have a bunch of sheep with black wool on it, it's not fun to get wool. I would actually say it is one of the least fun activities in all of Minecraft. But I will do it. I'll just get some more black sheep and keep shearing them and whatnot. Another thing that I had realized when making this was that it's easier to build a giant city over the ocean than it is to build it on land because you need so much, flat location. I picked the desert location because I knew I was going to use a lot of sandstone. So you'll see me slowly, mining out the sandstone and sand from underneath this build. It'll take time to get there, but it will get there. And then eventually I'll just have a big ass city. But it's going to take a while to get there because cities are one of the biggest, most complicated builds you can do in Minecraft. It's easy to do a castle. You're just doing one big building with blocks that are easy to find. A modern city requires using blocks that are not necessarily the right fit to create something that looks like it wasn't made for Minecraft. And so that's one of the reasons why they're so appealing to me is that they just don't really belong, naturally. And so they look really cool when you get them done. But for some reason, people don't really do modern city as much anymore. I've heard this said by a few different YouTubers that are like heavy into Minecraft, but people have really just moved deeply into the sort of Victorian medieval fantasy vibe. And while I get that, and it is 100% sensible for them to do this, I do feel that something was lost when people stopped making modern cities in Minecraft. And I would like to see that kind of spirit return, but I don't reckon it's going to. I think people have settled into a niche that they like. Alternatively, I'd like to see some more like science fiction-y stuff, kind of like based on the Lego Antarctic or Lego space themes. One thing I found is that actually using Lego as reference for your builds is kind of ingenious, because Legos are already simplified versions of the thing that they're mimicking. And so you can use them as reference for how to simplify a Minecraft build to make the thing that you're trying to make. It's actually really good. It's a really good idea, and I've seen a couple people actually just straight up do Lego builds in Minecraft, and that's one of my goals eventually. I would love to actually have a yellow Lego castle someday, but that's going to take some time to get to because I got a few different builds. I got a couple of towers I'm working on. I got my I guess it's my medieval sort of Victorian area, which is the one by the rail cart system. And I am also working on my big city. So I got my big projects already underway. And I also need to figure out how to make my giant treehouse, so we'll get there. We will get there. I might not do another one of these videos that requires me to do an hour of talking. Although I do have the headspace and the mentality to do it now, which I didn't used to, my throat just hates talking that much. I got sick a couple months ago, and my throat has not actually gotten all the way better yet. But we'll get there. Just like everything else, it'll just take time. Just gotta be a little bit patient sometimes. That's how life is. And so we've got this platform done. One thing that I can definitely recommend for building cities, and I haven't really built a lot of them. This is my second attempt at building a city, and this is my first attempt in survival. The big thing I can just recommend is making sure you build the platform that it's big enough to have a sidewalk, but also one of my techniques that I'm trying out here is to build the buildings in a way that I really sort of utilize the idea of height. So all the insides of the buildings will either be at least one block taller than the sidewalk or one block smaller than the sidewalk. No idea how realistic that is. I don't go outside. But I would like to imagine that's kind of how it is in real life. Also, the good thing about playing on peaceful mode is that I can build all throughout the night. One thing is that I mostly play on peaceful mode, but I will turn peaceful mode off so that I can use my mob farm and everything. I just don't like playing on the harder difficulties very much anymore. It used to be a sticking point for me where I was like, I have to play everything on hard mode because only the real players play Minecraft on hard mode. But it's like, I'm not here to kill monsters. I'm here to build things. I don't need to be like obsessed with playing on hard mode. And I also don't really like hardcore because, if I did die in the middle of a build or something, I'd be kind of mad. I have played hardcore, and I've gotten near 100 days a few times, but it just doesn't feel satisfying because I'm not here to fight monsters. I'm just here to build. I just want to make some crazy buildings and some cozy buildings and whatever and try to relax. And yeah, that's what I'm here for. Granted, I'm also a game dev and a writer and pretty much any sort of medium that exists in the artistic spectrum I've done at least a little bit of. I am still working on my Big Pony dating sim. I expect it to be fully finished and out sometime early 2026. I'm just not. I'm taking a bit of a break from it. It's just been really difficult to get into the creative headspace of making a story. And I'm also a little bit burnt out on writing it because it is literally going to be the biggest pony dating sim ever. I'm even going to be trying to be bigger than the Anthro ones, which is saying something. When this build is done, it's going to have this crazy, retaining wall all around it. I'm not sure how big I'm going to be making the city itself. I at least want to have one city block with lots of little areas you could go into and secret entrances from building to building via the rooftop or fire escapes and all kinds of stuff like that. There's going to be a lot of cool little secrets here. I don't know if I'll ever give these away, but if I ever do, that'd be cool, right? Someone might like to play them. One trick I'm doing here is I'm actually building the framework of the little building out of dirt. This is like a cozy cafe area. And it's a trick I learned from Scar, actually. Super fast build mode. So that is most of the building done for this one. There is one more building that you'll see me start here in just a moment, but this is the Cozy Cafe, little cornerstone cafe. I like it. It's a cute little place. Building interiors is really difficult in this version of Minecraft because I found that there's not even flower pots yet. So if you want a flower, you gotta basically build a big old dirt thing with fences on the or trapdoors on the side. It works, but it's not the same. Once I get a silk touch pickaxe, it's gonna be a whole lot easier, but I've not had luck with that yet. And I'm now working on the second building right next to it, which I think is probably going to be a set of apartment complexes. I got a little. You'll see me develop the little staircase, but you're also going to see here that this place goes out a lot further now. This is going to be a massive build. Like when I say that it's a mega build, I mean it. This is not a short thing. And I don't think I'm going to be playing another song for the last few minutes of this. I'm just going to be letting you guys see what I've been doing. I like the color palettes I'm choosing here. It's very classic Minecraft. I'm not sure, like, when it comes to Doom, when you're looking at the way Doom maps are made, right? There is a specific, like, Doom, classic Doom map feel, like a 90s nostalgic feel for making maps. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do for Minecraft here. Not that I have much of a choice anyway, because, you know, you don't have the blocks to really do modern Minecraft stuff. But I want this to feel like a classic Minecraft map. Like, I want it to feel like you stepped back into 2012 and were like, seeing some crazy stuff that you would find on a multiplayer server or that you would download from Minecraft World or that you would see someone doing a Let's Play of. And so I think that having access to the 1.2.5 colored wood and stone is really going to help. I'm using the jungle planks because I like the sort of pinkish, reddish color to them. It just feels kind of cozy. And then I'm using the more blocky sandstone blocks because they will stand out more in the entire build. But now I'll have this slowed down a bit so you can actually see the inside a little more properly as I put the doors down. And this is just the first floor. As I build the floors out, you're going to notice I have a sort of separated divider so that you can use the stairs in this big open lobby area and go up and down, and that these little rooms will all be sectioned off in separate rooms. They might become offices. It's possible. Because they are in a... they're next to a cafe, but I would like to have them be... I would like to have them be little apartments more than anything else, actually. But that might just be me. We'll see. I've got literally infinite time to do the things that I need to do. I'm not on any super fast timetable, and I'm also not wasting all my time and delaying everything that I'm supposed to do. I'm just trying to take life one day at a time and relax, and maybe relax with you guys watching too. If nothing else, I'm trying out some more editing skills. So we'll see if I can do some crazy editing and get some new skills built. Because life is a bunch of crazy insanity, and I would at least like to learn some skills that can be transferable to other things if I need them. I have a nice job that keeps me, fed and everything now, but one day I might have to have another job, and I'll need different skill sets to make sure that I'm a more flexible human. I'm not sure if that's the direction humanity's going in, just us all having flexible and sort of niche skills or not, but don't know if it matters. I think things are doing pretty good. I have been seeing a lot more of hope movements. You know, the alive internet theory is something that's been kind of bringing hope back to me. I'm hoping that after all the tragedy that we've had this year, that we will be getting to a place of hope and optimism. And I feel it. I feel like we're on the cusp of a sort of renaissance of goodness. And that's what I'm looking forward to. Now, am I still going to be making weird, spicy material? Sure, but I'm going to also try and keep it like I usually do. Cozy, funny, and wholesome. But also, I also like showing off my map, so that's why I'm actually showing the whole walking here. I've been playing in this map for like 12 years. It's been a long time. But I feel like this map is as much a part of me as pretty much anything else in this world. It is an expression of basically myself in a weird way, and when I play it, I get a lot of these old flashbacks and memories, but the older I get, I also find there are some things I've just forgotten about, and so it's kind of cool to go through and be like, I don't remember building that. That was ages ago. And, yeah, I got this whole tunnel system, and I think I finally figured out a use for it. It's probably not going to get the world's most amount of use, sure, but I'd like to put a couple of signs down and, every 100 days or so just show how many days I've been in this world, because I think that'd be pretty cool. Alright, that's been me. Just want to say thank you guys for watching. If you actually got to the end of this, that's awesome. And if I have a question, what is your favorite block in Minecraft? There you go. Go ahead and answer that in the comments. Other than that, wherever you are, whoever you are, and whenever you are, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and until next time, adios.